You know, I've never really been one for. I've never been one for spoilers in my life, but now I think I like. But now I think that I like spoiling something a lot more than I like being spoiled. So, God, that was a fun game. Bruins fans, it is not taking out! Because that is a 2-1 victory over the Ottawa Senators. Welcome back to Into the Den, everybody. First of all, before starting on this game, I want to give a big shout out to my good friend Bobby Brewski, Bob's Beers Fan Club, on Twitter. This man shouted me out on and boosted the up and down episode of Into the Den. Hold on, I'll pull that up. Sorry, he boosted the Winnipeg episode of Into the Den, saying fun in-game recap for y'all to check out. Honestly, that kind of shout out has never happened to me before. I've never had anybody say, "Hey, check out these guys, check out her content." So thank you so much, and may no beer be safe. So Bruins come home after a long and arduous road trip, and against a team that we have repeatedly sucked against this season. I mean, really early on, like the fourth game of the season, they delivered unto us our first loss of the season in a 7-5 loss, and I still don't understand how we lost that one. But we've played not great against the Senators, which is weird because we're at the top of the NHL, the cream of the crop. We rose to the freaking top. The Senators, they were fighting for a playoff spot, and they still kind of are. But with a victory tonight, with there being about a dozen games left on the schedule, at least for us, a dozen games left on the schedule for the Bruins, which is insane. The fact that there's only 12 games left in the entire NHL season is just insane. It happened a lot sooner than I thought it was going to be. But anyway, with just 12 games left on the schedule, who knows if Ottawa can pull themselves together and come into the and make some noise in the playoffs. Now, throughout this entire season, including after the trade deadline when they got Jacob Chikrin, I thought that the Senators were going to be good this year. I didn't say great. I didn't say playoff contender. I said good. And to be fair, I think I've been pretty on board and spot on with that. I think that the Senators have played pretty well. Well, I think next year, with Stützle, with Batherson, with DeBrincat, with freaking Chikrin and Zub together, they're gonna be really good. The Senators could possibly pull for at least a wild card spot, and it will show. The fact them making a wild card appearance will show how badly Eugene Melnyk had held back the Senators, because ever since they made the Eastern Conference Finals in 2017, they've just been middling. They've been really bad, and sure, Pierre Dorian is absolutely useless as a GM. Was absolutely useless as a GM, but who knows? Maybe it's hard to tell where his responsibilities ended and where Melnyk started. And now that Melnyk is dead, it's hard to say that someone's death is the best thing that could happen to you. But for the Senators franchise, Eugene Melnyk's death was probably the best thing that could have happened to it. But we're not gonna get into that. We gotta get into this game. First off, no irregular healthy scratches. Floorboard actually no. Floorboard is not is not an irregular healthy scratch, because after blocking that shot in the Buffalo game, everybody knows that he was hobbled a little bit. He, to my knowledge, is injured for the entire rest of the season, and everybody's gonna say, that means that our penalty kill is gonna be really bad. I don't really think so. I don't think so. I think honestly Orlov has absolutely stepped up into his role, and this game kind of proved it. Yes, Ottawa as the 7th best power play unit in the league was a decent test, and we ended up playing it really well. So let's get into the game. First of all, like, comment, subscribe. Helps out the channel. Really helps out the channel. Yeah, let's go in. Let's start. Grizzlick ends up, just as the game starts, Grizzlick ends up going for an interference call. That puts the best penalty kill unit in the league versus the 7th best power play unit in the league, in the Ottawa Senators. Bruins ended up killing it, but allow 4 shots on it. I'm a little bit, and I start to get a little bit concerned. But this third line, oh my god, okay, this third line is absolutely insane at generating momentum, and it's further proof that that Jacob Lauko should belong on the third line, and why AJ Greer honestly is kind of excess goods on this team. I know that Lauko was still on the bottom line, but even still, you look at Lauko's play, which has been great. Lauko has been playing really well. He's going after the puck. He is generating any sort of momentum that he can, and he is trying to put a scoring touch on that fourth line, which isn't what the fourth line is for. And that's why AJ Greer is down there. But Lauko has the skill set and the capabilities to be a really good third liner for the Bruins if we decide to keep Coyle and Frederick together. You know, I say if as if it's not a foregone conclusion that they're pretty much going to be together. Assuming we re-sign Frederick, because I think his contract runs out at the end of the season. Please, for the love of God, re-sign Trent Frederick. Please. He's almost a 20-goal scorer this season, and it would be really funny if he ends up being a 20-goal scorer. But in any case, his first goal of the game is off of Dylan Gambrell, who manages to catch Ullmark shifting back to the middle after a shot ricochet. Is Ullmark, after going hard to the right in post, is shifting back to the middle as Gambrell goes around the net, and he lifts it up and around. He lifts it up on the wraparound to get it over Ullmark's shin pads. Ullmark's not there. Ullmark would normally have this one, but honestly, I'm blaming defense on this one. There's no reason why Dylan Gambrell should have been there. That is your fault. Well, 1-0 Ottawa. A little bit later, Mark Selleck ends up going for holding, which puts the 12th best power play unit in the league. We're now down to 12 versus the 6th best penalty kill unit in the league. But just because Ottawa is really good on the penalty kill as well, I just realized that Ottawa's is top 10 in both power play and penalty kill, which is kind of concerning. But even though they are the 6th best penalty kill unit in the league, it is hard to defend a 5-on-3, and so that's what ends up happening. And Pasta going through the neutral zone draws a trip on Tim Stützle, giving the Bruins almost a minute of 5-on-3 action, and as Lindholm fires from the blue line, Krejci is right up Matt Sogard's nose just to pot the rebound, getting him his first power play goal in 38 games. We thought that Pasta was having a bad stretch with his him scoring his first power play goal in 21 a few days ago. Here's first and 38. That's insane. But still, 1-1 game. Sens killed the rest of the the rest of Stutzler's penalty. But honestly, it doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter. Just the fact that the Bruins have scored 3 times, scored on the power play in 3 consecutive games is reason to be happy. That's reason to be happy. It means that whatever we're doing, it's working again. Anyway, Matt Sogard would end up going to the bench for a little bit. He looked really hobbled after making a bad save. But he ends up going back onto the ice, and aside from this next goal, he played one hell of a game. Like, honestly, I'd say that this performance from Matt Sogard is probably the best Senators goalie performance that we've seen as Bruins fans this season. But the Bruins catch the Sens on a bad line change, and they just gun it the other way. Marchand with a really good zone entry. DeBrusk is turning on the Jets. It's waiting for the forecheck. He gets it, and he just puts it past, and he just pots it. 2-1 Bruins, and that's the end of the scoring. It's also the end of the first period. From here on out, it kind of feels like the Sens take control of the game, but honestly, this is probably one of the more tame 40 saves performances I've seen from a goalie. Like, honestly, you could probably make some sort of argument that like a good chunk of the shots that Ullmark faced were like really low danger. Like, would you even consider them a shot? But I know 2 shots that the Senators never got because the Bruins end up making fantastic defensive saves. You know who I've said in the past that Carlo's sort of defense isn't the type that shows up on the highlight reel, but it's still really good? This is what I mean. Claude Giroux on a breakaway, he is kind of deadly on breakaways. Charlie Coyle is behind him saying, "Hi, how are ya?" He reaches the stick across and he interrupts Giroux on a breakaway. And just a little bit later, second verse same as the first, with just one tiny difference. Swap Carlo with Jake DeBrusk of all players. I don't want to say that DeBrusk is bad at defense, because he's definitely not. Because I don't really think he is bad, but it's definitely not the first thing that I associate with Jake DeBrusk. I don't associate really good breakaway defense with Jake DeBrusk. But throughout the second period, all I'm thinking is, why is the defense looking kind of pedestrian? Because thank God Ullmark exists. He played a fantastic game. But if Ullmark has to be as amazing as he was tonight, that might indicate a problem with you guys. Take the sure, there was some things that like Ullmark did that like he really didn't need to, like on the power play at the end, on the penalty kill at the end of the period, near the end of the period, where the Bruins are on the penalty kill for having too many men on the ice. Ullmark goes way out of his net to play the puck, and thank God that it actually works. But you did not need to do that, my guy. You really did not need to do that. Holy crap. And in the second period, it really happened. And in the second period, you get to see more of what I mean about how this bottom six has been playing really, really well. Oh, we got some really good shifts from Tomasz Nosek and Jacob Lauko. And holy crap, Charlie Coyle on that diving to intercept that pass between Alex DeBrincat and Drake Batherson. I have a feeling that Batherson is automatic from that. Is really, really good from that spot. And so, thank God Charlie Coyle just made that, just dove out to save that. Amazing play from Coyle. And again, what line is he on? He's on the third line. And that line has been our best line for the past few games. And now, I don't want to say that that isn't to say that the top that the top six isn't playing well. Well, the top six is still playing really good. Like friggin' DeBrusk has been playing really well. Oh, he had a goal in this game. Bergeron had a really good game. Marchand had a really good game. Nobody had a bad game tonight, but the third line had the best night. The third line had the best night, and they've been having the best night for a while. Though I will say, if I have to see David Pastrnak try and make a pass again, I might lose it. I love Pastrnak. Like, he is very clearly only a pure goal scorer. And I know he has the most assists on the team, but that doesn't change the fact that that dude doesn't really play the puck very well. In terms of actual puck handling. Like I think Pasta has been like near the top of turnovers in the entire NHL for the past few seasons, and it's kind of concerning. Like, come on, dude, you gotta practice. You have to practice on this at least once. So you're telling me that his passing hasn't improved over the past three seasons one bit? Whatever. The third period starts, and it's becoming increasingly obvious to me that the Bruins aren't playing down to their competition. It's just that Mads Søgaard just decided, you know what? I'm gonna play God. I mean, after surviving 2 power plays and a period in which your offense only manages like 4 shots on goal for the entire period, and you completely and you just get hammered every 6 ways from Sunday, for you to not let up a single goal in that is just incredible. Like, Ottawa gave us a hell of a time, but they would not be. But this game would be a lot easier if Søgaard didn't just brick the hell up. I'm not gonna lie. I almost said Anton Forsberg, but for some reason my brain has been saying Anton and Holmgren. So not only did I get the wrong goalie for this team, but I got the wrong name for the wrong goalie of this of the Senators. But doesn't matter. Bruins are playing really, really well. Like when Chikrin goes for tripping near the last in like the last 10 minutes, it's evident that this power play is playing really well. It's just that Mads Søgaard is bricking the hell up. He has become the brick wall. Mans is going Gandalf on that shit. You shall not score! And I'm not kidding about the Senators only getting 4 shots on goal this period. They come into the third period with like 38 shots on goal, and Jack, Andy, and I all are thinking like, oh shoot, Omark's gonna have another 50 save night tonight. But no, the Bruins defense plays so well that they only allow 4 shots on goal for the entire third period. I mean, even during the Ford F-150 final fight, when Coyle goes for holding in the last, 2 minutes, it's like a little bit more than 2 minutes, like 2:10, 2:15 left, something like that. He ends up going for holding. The Senators end up pulling the goalie for the X-ray attacker. Even in that situation, the Bruins are only allowing allow 1 shot on goal, 2 men down, 2 skaters down. Well, I know 2 skaters down implies is a 5-on-3, but no, this is a 6-on-4 because the Sens had took the goalie out. But the fact that the Bruins held on, and they had several opportunities to score an empty net goal. I'm surprised that they didn't score an empty net goal. Well, even after all that, the Bruins end up with the win. 54-11-5 to close out 70. We've closed out 70 games so far. Only got 12 left on the season. And hey, Thursday, we got a game against the Habs. And that game against the Habs is going to be fun because, games against the Habs are usually fun. Not even because it's this is a friendly rival. I know Steve Dangle has said that you say something about this about the Habs to Habs fan, and they just come back with freaking daggers. But and the rivalry between the Bruins and the Leafs is a little more friendly, which I kind of guess. I kind of treat the Leafs like my a shithead younger brother. But this isn't gonna be fun for fun rivalry's sake. This is gonna be fun because the Habs suck, and it's always fun to beat them in. And that's gonna be it for today. Thank you all so much for watching and supporting this channel. I will see you guys on Thursday. Take care.